Welcome to the Alcohol Reset, the podcast that helps you reset your habits, health, and relationship with alcohol without judgment or extremes. If you're looking to cut back, take a break, or just understand how drinking can affect your body and mind, you're in the right place. Each episode brings you science-backed insights on neuroscience, nutrition, and habit change to help you feel better, sleep deeper, and take control on your terms. I'm Mike Hardenbrook, best-selling author, neuroscience enthusiast, and habit change expert. I've helped thousands through my book and podcast to rethink their drinking, and now I'm here to help you do the same. Let's get started. You know the scenario. I'm pretty sure you do. It happens almost every single December. You walk into that holiday event, the big work party or the family get-together, and you have this clear, firm resolution in your mind. You've told yourself, okay, I'm having one glass of wine, maybe two tops. I am going to be completely responsible tonight. I'm sticking to my limits. And then 2 hours later, those limits are gone. I mean, not just bent, they're completely obliterated. You've eaten things you don't remember eating. Someone's topped off your glass maybe 3 times without you even noticing. And you wake up the next morning feeling, well, not just physically awful, but confused. You ask yourself that question, why did I do that? I had a plan. Oh, yeah. If any of that sounds a little too familiar, then listen up. This isn't about shaming you. It's about giving you a shortcut. A shortcut to understanding the powerful, predictable environment that is, well, it's basically engineered to shatter your self-control during the holidays. We're going to explore the psychology, the social pressure, and the metabolic science that pushes us all past our limits. And this isn't some small thing. The data on this is really clear. Research shows alcohol consumption can increase anywhere from 30% on the low end, all the way up to 70% during the holiday season. So if you feel like you lose control more in December, you're not imagining it. You're just reacting to this massive social and environmental shift that's happening all around you. You aren't failing. The environment is just succeeding at overriding your rational mind. So today, we're going to break down what I call the 6 traps of holiday overindulgence. Let's start with the mental side of things, the traps that mess with your decision-making before you even take the first sip. The first trap that gets us is what I call the just be fun social script. Think about it. You walk into a holiday party and there's this immediate unspoken demand, right? Loosen up, be cheerful. Whatever you do, don't be the serious one in the corner sipping soda. That unspoken script is powerful because it taps into a really deep need we all have. Avoiding conflict. When someone offers you some festive cocktail, saying no thanks, I'm good, can feel, well, it feels like you're breaking the vibe. Your brain hates that little moment of awkwardness, so it just chooses the path of least resistance. You say yes to the drink, just to smooth over that social friction. It becomes automatic, not intentional. And right on top of that is the second trap, willpower depletion, or just plain end-of-year exhaustion. This is so critical to understand. Self-control isn't infinite. It's like a battery. And by December, most of us are running on, maybe 10%. You've been dealing with year-end projects at work, stressful travel, gift budgets, family drama. Every single one of those decisions drains that same willpower battery. So when you're in that exhausted, depleted state and you reach for a drink, you're probably not choosing it for joy or celebration. You're choosing it for relief. Alcohol becomes this chemical shortcut to just turn off all that mental noise. Okay, so your mind is already compromised. Now let's talk about the physical sabotage. The third trap is sneaky. It's what I call the free alcohol paradox. Think about it. If you're at home and you're thinking about pouring a second or third glass of wine, you pause for a second. You might think about the cost or that you only have one bottle. You're tracking it. But at an open bar or a party where the champagne is just constantly flowing, that internal calculator just shuts right down. When the alcohol is free, your brain stops tracking how much you're having. It's just this unlimited resource. This is pure environmental permission, and it completely overrides your conscious monitoring. And that leads right into trap number 4, the metabolic one. The metabolic trap, caused by that holiday sugar rush. Because we're not just drinking, are we? We're drinking sugary cocktails and then chasing them with gingerbread cookies, appetizers, desserts. This creates a really vicious physiological loop. All that sugar causes a sharp blood sugar spike. That it crashes. When it crashes, your body screams for energy to rebalance itself. And what's the fastest way to get that energy? More sugar or more alcohol? These cravings are intense and they're physiological. They are not a sign of weakness. The final set of traps are about psychological normalization. Trap number 5 is how nostalgia tricks the brain. The Christmas music, the smell of pine trees and cookies, all those traditions, they activate the emotional centers of your brain. And here's the key thing. The emotional brain does not set effective limits. The emotional brain chases comfort and familiarity. It defaults to old habits because they feel safe. So that logical part of your brain that made the just one drink plan, it gets sidelined. And finally, the sixth trap, social proof and baseline shift. Normally, maybe 0 or 1 drink is a healthy baseline. But at a holiday party, you look around. Everyone else is having 3-4 drinks. Your brain immediately adjusts this definition of what's normal. The baseline moves from 1 drink to 4. You stop measuring your behavior against your own standards, and you start measuring against the group. And in December, that new social baseline is often just chaos. That's why the hangover the next day is so brutal. Your body wasn't just dealing with alcohol, it was already exhausted, stressed, dehydrated. So the question isn't, why did I fail? It's, how do I navigate this? You don't have to skip the parties. You just need better tools. Let's talk about the Toolkit 5 strategies to neutralize these traps. Strategy number 1 is foundational. It's pre-commitment. You cannot decide your limit when you're standing at the open bar feeling tired and pressured. It won't work. You have to decide your specific limit, like, I will have 2 drinks and I will leave by 9:30, when you are sober, rested, and at home. You're making a contract with your rational self before your emotional depleted self takes over. Strategy 2 is so simple, it's almost elegant. The handheld barrier. Just hold a drink in your hand. Sparkling water, club soda with lime, a mocktail, whatever. It sends a visual signal to everyone. I'm occupied. I'm good. People are way less likely to offer you another drink if your hand is already full. It's a passive defense. Strategy 3 tackles the metabolic nightmare. Foundation first. This means you eat a real balanced meal before you leave the house. And crucially, focus on protein and healthy fats. This stabilizes your blood sugar and slows everything down. If you show up hungry, you're just setting yourself up for that sugar roller coaster. And strategy 4. This one's maybe the hardest, but it's also the most effective for pacing. It's the match rule. It's not sexy, but it works. For every alcoholic drunk you have 1 full glass of water or club soda. This forces you to slow down. It breaks the momentum and keeps you hydrated. And finally, strategy 5, which deals with that baseline shift. Their early exit strategy. Every party has a tipping point, the chaos hour. It's when the music gets louder, people start getting sloppy. If you pre-commit to identifying and leaving before that tipping point hits, you win. You just avoid the highest risk time of the night. Now let's talk recovery for a second, because even when you do everything right, the holidays can still drain you. I mentioned that stress and drinking drained essential nutrients. There are 2 specific ingredients that really help with faster recovery. First is vitamin B12, specifically in the form of methylcobalamin, which is easier for your body to absorb. Alcohol messes with your body's ability to process B vitamins, especially B12, and B12 is crucial for energy, for mood, for just clear thinking. When you're low on it, that's where that next day brain fog and fatigue comes from. It's not just a normal hangover. And the second ingredient is NAC, which stands for N-acetylcysteine. NAC is basically a support crew for your liver. It helps your liver produce glutathione, which is the body's master antioxidant. Supporting your liver with NAC helps your whole system clear the load faster, so you feel less overwhelmed and fatigued the next day. So the big takeaway here is this. Holiday parties don't force bad decisions, they just nudge you toward them. It's this perfect storm of exhaustion, free booze, sugar cravings, and social pressure. It makes drinking feel automatic instead of intentional. But once you see these forces for what they are, you can walk into any party stronger, clearer, and fully in control. The goal isn't perfection, it's just intentionality. So the real question you need to ask yourself is this. If your decisions right now are being made by exhaustion and free champagne, what is the one proactive step? Just one that you will take before your next event to reclaim control. Choose that step and make the rest of your season intentional. That's a wrap for today's episode. If you got something out of this, do me a quick favor, leave a rating and review on whatever podcast platform you're listening on. It helps keep the show going and would mean the world to me. Got ideas, comments, or questions? Shoot me an email at mike@trycloud9.com. I'd love to hear from you. And if you're looking for extra support, check out Cloud9, makers of Daily Restore, a once-a-day supplement to support your body from alcohol's effects, and Rise and Unwind AM/PM, a 24-hour combo to curb cravings, balance mood, and improve sleep when taking a break. Go to trycloud9.com and use the code PODCAST to save 15% on your next order. Thanks for listening, and I'll catch you next time.